up, guys? I'm just trying out my Charizardx team versus a Rain Dance team, it looks like. So, see how it goes. I've been having lots of luck with this team, and got to master rank pretty quickly. To me, I think I lost 3 times all the way to master rank, so that's pretty good. Anyway, Rain Dance team, you can always just bet on it being a Sableye and an Arcaudon for the lead. So my Sneasler has taunt just for this because Charizardx takes no damage from Electro Shot pretty much, and Sableye will usually use Rain Dance. Use a taunt to solve that problem. My Dragon Dance, I've been thinking about running Sword Dance or maybe Belly Drum, but so far Dragon Dance has been pretty good. Alright, well, Arcaudon went for his Electro Shot, but they always do. Charizard doesn't care. Alright, now it's time to go on the offensive. So, I have a bright idea. I'm just going to bring in Torkoal and one-shot this Arcaudon. There's the Torkoal. There's that trusty Drought. And then there goes Sableye. Into the Pelipper. So, basically, is a turn of nothing that I wanted to happen. But it gets a little bit worse. I got him staminaed. His stamina went up, and now Dragon Pulse. I guess I should be glad it wasn't. Well, I mean, since it fainted in Charizard, I would have much rather it been Draco Meteor, I think. But, anyway, that puts me down 1. But Sableye don't do a whole lot, so it's still basically 3 versus 3. Now here's something interesting though. I run Sunny Day on my Charizardx. Mostly just for the Sableyes, because since they got Prankster and are slow, I need something fast that doesn't. Fire Weather Ball for nothing. Torkoal didn't even care. Electro Shot, but let him charge up for a little bit. Here goes our Weather Ball though. Now this Torkoal has no special attack investment of any kind. Just straight bulk, just basically to change the weather. But he actually does a lot of damage when he does hit. Now this little purple goblin is probably gonna set up the rain again, or I don't know what else it would really want to do, but it's just gonna set up the rain again, more than likely. I don't think they have any attacks on it, or where they switched out earlier, but Aerodactyl can hit with a Rock Slide. Yeah, that nice flinch there is good. Maybe I have thought about maybe I should put some special attack on my Torkoal here, but I don't know. Torkoal surviving usually is more important than the damage he does, because being able to switch him out into something that does feint him, so I can get a free switch in, has been very helpful too. There's a burn on my Aerodactyl, but I think this is pretty much, but you know, it's a little late for that anyway. So just Sableye now, and it goes down to Weather Ball. When I'm just in his last one, it seems like it's always Best Legion. which probably has Swift Swim. Air not being burnt does. Air not being burnt just doesn't really help a lot. So can set up Sun Sim with the best option here. Tailwind. And I think, yeah, I went for Tailwind this time. Because, well, Tailwind, let me make sure that my Pokemon in the back should be able to outspeed. I don't know, kind of surprised that he didn't go for Aerodactyl right there, but I mean, it's whatever. Sunny Day comes up, then it's just put a Solar Beam at him. In the sun, Wave Crush just doesn't do enough. Again, no special investment, special attack investment. Torkoal don't do a whole lot either. I mean, it does a lot, don't get me wrong, but especially just surviving at 20 just doesn't seem like it did a whole lot. Right there's the end. Wasn't that bad. I mean, rain dances or rain teams are pretty tough, but Charizard handles them pretty well. Although in this one, I didn't use to show that. All right, on to the next one. This one looks like the trick room with the basic trick room with Blastoise setup. Now here's something I do all the time. Not real sure if it's the right play with Sneasler. It does have Taunt, but Blastoise usually just goes for Fake Out, which with Farigiraf that's not a problem. So I just go ahead and do Combat into Blastoise. And roar into their Farigiraf, just in case they want to Trick Room, because if you didn't know it, in case you didn't know it, Roar is 1 priority faster than Trick Room. I believe it is. I have to double check that. I run a slightly fast Farigiraf, or faster than a Trick Room Farigiraf anyway. Oh, Caesar goes down to Psychic because they never seem to throw a Trick Room up when I bring my Farigiraf. Alright, but I got the Trick Room setter off the board, or off the field. So now time to set up. Well, normally it'd be set up. Blastoise could be a problem because he can learn like a lot of launch, a lot of pulse moves, and moves that launcher increases the damage of. So I'd rather just go ahead and put him down anyway. Saves me some trouble. Although I really wanted to set up. Also surprised me that there wasn't a protect. What a protect right here. And Farigiraf has very little special investment. More than none, but not very much. Fire Weather Ball does nothing. Especially since I didn't get the Trick Room set up, so Torkoal really can't take advantage of anything. A Sylveon is nothing for Charizardx, since he's a physical attacker. Doesn't even require the Dragon Dance to take Sylveon down in one hit. That is probably the fully special invested Torque Hole, but a little too late to be helping you out now. There's the forfeit. Alright, another Rain Dance team looks like. So I kind of imagine it would also be another Sableye and Arcaludon, but never know. Having Scoville in there is kind of bad because I do have things like Aerodactyl that would like to be rock sliding. Sneasel could also be running into a Rage Powder. Not great, but I was having a little bit of trouble deciding. Yep, Sableye and Arcaludon, just like expected. Versus Charizard's Sneasler again. This one, I mean, you never know exactly how different they could be, because I have been caught by Sableye Encore a couple of times after trying the Dragon Dance. That's never good. Switching to Aerodactyl. Mostly to kind of see what was going to happen here, because I knew I could get my Dragon Dance up no matter what. And I knew the worst case is they would hit Aerodactyl's Sash. But Arcaludon protects turn 1 normally, so that Sableye can set up the ring. Although this time, it was the light screen. Alright, well, I'm just going to throw this Flare Blitz this way, and Sunny Day. That way, if it goes for Rain Dance, it has Prankster, it will go before Aerodactyl. Although I wasn't entirely sure that was the right play, but I figured it had the most upside. And him burning Aerodactyl doesn't change a whole lot, because Aerodactyl's not my big damage dealer anyway. It did surprise me that there was no switch or Rain Dance, though. I don't know if he didn't realize that Charizard one-shots Arcaludon at a +1 in the sun. Do not know. Here's the thing about Garchomp with this team. Charizard also one-shots Garchomp with one hit, with a +1 in the sun. Not that the sun or the +1 matters. But I was debating here around the Tailwind or the White Guard, because Tailwind would be nice, but Garchomp could be scarfed. Don't really know what was the switch for right there, but Charizard survives anyway. As long as he doesn't flinch, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't slow me down at all. I did get the flinch here, unfortunately. I'm trying to decide whether the Pelipper or the Garchomp was the bigger problem. Garchomp would be the bigger problem, but I kind of expect him to protect. Also, though, he rock slided, so I could catch the rock slide and then either outrun him, tailwind. If he's not scarfed, he is scarfed, he'd be stuck in rock slide anyway. But Pelipper always has a sash. Now we both have tailwind up. Charizardx was about to go down. Now, if I could hit Garchomp with a Dragon Claw right here, it would go down. But I still got to hit it, and it's now got its own tailwind up. So that's going to be a problem. Charizardx, however, has also got tailwind up and is faster. So, but Charizardx being burnt, not going to do a whole lot here. But this is the best case scenario. Pelipper just goes down. He's done a lot of they've done a lot of avoiding their Pokemon fainting, but they haven't gained any ground. That Garchomp can actually attack. And I start coming up with an ingenious move. Don't know what they're really going to do. But I know something aimed at Charizard. And more than likely, it's not going to be a rock slide, since Wide Guard stops that. But Charizardx here goes down to a burn. Now, I'm slower now. I get a free switch into Sneasler. Now Fake Out is online, and there goes Garchomp. Biggest worry I had was Sableye could have possibly had Quash or something similar. That'd be a way to slow me down, but I did not need the Garchomp hitting with a Rock Slide or Dragon Claw. And I'm not sure that the Sableye has an attack, so that should be it. That is how most of my rainy day teams actually go. But not all of them. Sometimes they can catch me. I have been caught a few times in the rain where I couldn't get the sun, so it can happen. This can be a rough team. If you're not careful, that King Gambit can take out that Farafrig or my Basque Legion, or just put me in a bad spot. But most of my team are pretty good at taking him out. Alright, we got Frostlass and Basque Legion, which is not ideal for my start here. I have options. If I believe it's going Mega, I could Sunny Day. But one of the things is, Frostlass likes to protect on turn 1, normally. If Charizard connects, it'll just die. Basque Legion kind of is annoying, but then Charizard's not weak to water necessarily, it's not that big a deal. Flip turn. They always catch her after the flip turn. Probably means it's scarfed. Guard chomp. But I got my tailwind up. Dragon Dance up. Guard chomp is a sitting duck, and Frostlass is a sitting duck. But I expect Guard chomp to rock slide. And I expect Frostlass to switch. Doesn't. Just a first, really, but that's what I expected. Yeah, it really wasn't good that I've got the call wrong, because I could have just took out the Garchomp right there and always picked off Frostlass later. Now, Doorbell is up. That could be a problem. Try and take out the Garchomp and the Frostlass. I expected the Frostlass to probably protect, but I mean, that's fine. With screens up, I wasn't sure if this was enough, but it misses anyway. was really bad luck. I'm pretty sure that means that they're running guard chomp with that parrot lowers accuracy. But it's fine. There's the Gambit. Not what I want to see while I have Bastard Legion, but if I can take out this guard chomp in one hit, and then I'm right where I need to be. That's pretty good damage with both screen with reflect up. Now my tailwind's out, but conveniently my Charizard has got just enough speed that with a Dragon Dance he outspeeds Frostlass by 1. The problem is, don't have a good answer for the Gambit without Charizard going down to the recoil. And it's going to, obviously it's going to try and Sucker Punch. So I have the answer to the Sucker Punch. That's how you deal with King Gambit. But now Charizard's gone. Single target Blizzard hurts. But I only got to hit Frostlass for 7. This was a rough spot because I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, because if Bastard Legion was scarfed just like mine, the first one that moves wins. Then I realized if Bastard Legion locks into Last Respects, can't beat my Farafari. Oh, I wasn't too worried about that. As long as I got Frostlass down. Alright, now this looks like the no guard Snorlax with Fissure team. I just had to go into Fake Out to the Snorlax, because as long as it can't do damage, then nothing's really going to hurt me, and Snore can't do much to Charizard. It can hurt Sneasler, but he can't do a lot to it, and more than likely he's just going to Fake Out one of them anyway. This turn could not have went better though. Charizard got the Dragon Dance up. I decided to taunt the Incineroar to keep him from lowering my attack. Oh, not. I'm trying to get my attack up since Incineroar has already lowered it. And Snorlax again is not doing a whole lot with this turn. Snorlax hits hard, but he's slow, and he hits hard, but he's a normal type, so he doesn't get really any good advantages off stab and super effective attacks against something. So now the stockpile was not something I expected. +1 to my attack, and him getting +1 to his defense is not going to get me anywhere. So I decided I got to drop him. But then I realized the mistake I made. Sneasler does good damage, but I realized that he must have thick fat. Charizard don't do much, and Charizard should have one-shot him, or not one-shot him, but one-shot him from half. Also, not sure why Snorlax knows. Like, I thought he'd have had an attack that was a little better than that. Smackdown does not really. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a move I'd be using on Charizard. Now, it sucks close combat wasn't enough to take out the Incineroar by itself, but Charizard finishes the job normally. I wasn't real sure with that if he would, but Citrus. Yeah, did not save it. Yeah, Smackdown. I'm not entirely sure why that move in particular. That's just because it could hit flying, but I'm not even sure what the power that move has. I've never think I've seen it in competitive. Now Glamora can be a problem. Glamora can be a huge problem. So the +1 on Charizard, it's probably not going to be. I protect because I expected to use that special rock type move. I forgot what it's called right now. I don't know how well they can come back from this. It's still versus 4, and yeah, I mean Caesar's down to nothing, or down to no defenses of any kind. Charizard's down to 24 health. I'm going to switch out Sneasler just to give him a reset on his stats and bring out Aerodactyl so I can get Tailwind up if I need it. So I expected this to be Hawlucha and Snorlax, and it took me so long to put down Snorlax that could have been bad. Granted, if I thought that was a problem on the lead, I would have just Sneaslered into Snorlax twice. That might be why they didn't do it. Charizard goes down to high jump kick. Alright, so now it's Hawlucha, Aura, Sneasler, and Aerodactyl. Sneasler also obviously not holding an item. I mean, I don't really expect this to be a problem. nice damage on the Hawlucha. But then they forfeit, so I'm not entirely sure why they forfeited there, not last turn, but I do not know. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching.